changed in your message since you began the election campaign or even before that is going to persuade voters in the next 2 weeks to go over to the Labour Party?
Well, I think one of the key things that has changed is the emergence of the 451 pages of the discussions that have taken place between our government and the Americans on our National Health Service, and the services are provided there.
And I must say,
that the government said was not happening. They said there was no discussion about drug prices. There was no discussion about access for American services into our NHS. They said this just didn't exist. We've now proved it is. We've shown, you have a copy of the documents that we gave out at our press conference yesterday. It is happening. The government lied about it, and everybody who wants to defend and protect our National Health Service needs to recognise that the only way of doing that is to vote Labour on December the 12th.
And we have had Matt Hancock on, Health Secretary, who has denied all of those accusations as well. So
yes,
you say
it's extraordinary that he denies the accusations when we actually have 451 pages of evidence that these discussions, which he and Boris Johnson said were not taking place, actually have taken place.
Well,
why did they redact them? Why did they refuse to let them go into the public domain?
You had an unredacted copy, and it doesn't actually provide any evidence that ministers agreed the health service should be part of a trade deal with the US. Or
I'm sorry. It's very easy to simply say no. You don't need 6 separate meetings in order to say, forget it, this isn't going to happen. If you've got 451 pages which are saying, yes, let's discuss this, let's discuss the way in which you can extend the life of drug patents so that we in the National Health Service are paying American drug companies much more for the drugs that we use, which is, of course, reducing our ability to do elective operations, to do primary care, because we won't have the money to do all those other things. That's the way you destroy the health service, through a trade deal. This is something that they have wanted to do for a very long time, and they've been doing it, they're preparing it, and actually, if and when we do leave the European Union, if it's a Conservative government, that's exactly what they will then implement.